Hello boys and girls and moms and dad out there helping our precious little boys and girls throughout these difficult times. Today we are going to look at adding using the breaking down and building up method. Don't worry, it's just as easy as baking a cake. Before we can start doing our recipe, we first have to make sure that we understand what place value is. If we look at the following number, 928, it's not just letters or numbers in there. The 9, in this case, is not just a 9, it's a 900. And the 2 is not just a 2, but it's 2 tens. And the 8 is not just an 8, it's 8 units. So if we have 928 and we have to decompose it, we have 900 plus 20 plus 8. That gives us the total number of 928. So let's practice before we go on. In this example, Mommy will go to the shop and she will buy groceries. And in her first bag, she has 457. We have to help her unpack this bag now. So we're going to decompose this number. If you have a pencil and a paper, try this at home yourself. First, we have to unpack it. So 457 has a 400 plus a 50 plus a 7. 400 plus 50 plus 7 gives us then the big total of 457. It's not 4 plus 5 plus 7, as you can see. In the next bag, Mommy brought home 232. Let's help her unpack this bag. She bought a 200, a 30, and a 2. So 200 plus 30 plus 2 gives us 232. Can you see how very important it is to know what place value is? Because if you say 2 plus 3 plus 2, you would get 7 and not 232. So the place where your number stands gives you the value. 200 plus 30 plus 2 equals to 232. Now, if you understand this, we can start baking our cake. Let's look at the sum. 457 plus 232. To get this lovely cupcake here on the right, we have to follow the following steps. In any recipe, we have to follow instructions. We have ingredients and there's methods that we have to follow. Now, our instruction says, unpack your shopping bags. So, the two numbers at the sum is our different shopping bags. And the symbol in the middle tells us what we must do with these bags. And in this case, we have to add these two shopping bags with each other. So let's start by unpacking this first shopping bag on the kitchen counter here. Let's see, 457, we have a 400, a 50, and a 7. Now just make sure that when you unpack the shopping bag, that 400 plus 50 plus 7 still gives you the number 457. Otherwise, your recipe won't work. Let's look at the next shopping bag. We have a 200, a 30, and a 2. 200 plus 30 plus 2 gives us 232. Correct so far, but very, very important. We must never forget to put our symbol of our recipe in the middle of those numbers, because this tells us that we have to add these numbers in the end. Right. We've done our first step that says unpack your shopping bags. Now we go to step 2. We have to sort all the ingredients into the correct bowls. Now right here, I've got 3 bowls. I've got a hundreds bowl, a tens bowl, and a units bowl. So let's see. If we look at our unpacked ingredients here on top, if we have to sort our ingredients, we first will have to put our hundreds into the first bowl. So which ones is our hundreds? The 400. Why do I say the 400? How many zeros does this number have? It's got 2 zeros. If you remember at the place value, we said you must always make sure of your place value. 400 will have to go to the hundreds bowl. In our next shopping bag, we also have a 100. What is that 100? 200. Well done. Now we have to go to our next bowl, and that's the tens bowl. Now we have to put all the tens into that bowl. We have in the first bag, we have a 50, and in the second bag, we have a 30. And in the next bowl, we have to put our units. We will do the same. In the first bag, we had a 7, and in the second bag, we have a 2. Quickly check, did you use all the numbers on top? If you did, you're well on your way to making a wonderful cupcake in the end. Right, we done sorted our ingredients into the bowl. So, let's just recap. First, we unpacked our shopping bags. Then we sorted all our numbers into the correct bowls. And now step 3 says, mix the ingredients. Now teacher, what does that mean? We have to add the numbers in each bowl. So in the first bowl, the hundreds bowl, we had a 400 plus 200. Now what is 400 plus 200? And it is 600. In the next bowl, in the tens bowl, we had a 50 and a 30. We have to mix them quickly. So mix, 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 mix. What is 50 plus 30? 80. And in the last bowl, the units bowl, we had a 7 and a 2. And if we add 7 plus 2, we get 9. Well done. After mixing all of our ingredients in the bowls, we are almost done with our cupcake. So let's see. We've unpacked our shopping bags, we've sorted all the ingredients, we mixed all the ingredients, and now our last step, we have to combine and enjoy our cupcake. So if you look at our cupcake here, it's not just the icing and the cupcake and all the decorations lying all over the place. It's one cake, one big cake to enjoy. So what must we do with all of these bowls now? We have to put them together to get our answer and to make our cupcake. So 600, if I have to put the 80 and the 9 with the 600, we get 689. What a lovely cupcake this is. Remember, we want one answer. We cannot have separate numbers here. We have to add them together to get one big cupcake. So to revise on what we did is, we have a wonderful recipe here in front of us, and we wanted to get this beautiful cake on the right. So if we have to write it down on paper now, what was our first step that we did? We took our shopping bags and we unpacked them. So in our first bag, we had a 400, a 50, and a 7. Look at what I wrote there. I wrote 400 plus 50 plus 7, because that still makes one number, 457. All we did now is we just decomposed the number into hundreds, tens, and units. Very important, we have our plus symbol in the middle that tells us what must we do to get our cake in the end. Then we have our next shopping bag, that is 200 plus 30 plus 2. Make sure that these numbers add up to your original number on top of the sum there. Right, after we've unpacked our shopping bags, the next step was to sort our ingredients. Look at my brackets that I have here. This is the 3 different bowls that we used previously. So in my first bowl, it's my 100 bowls. I have a 400 plus a 200. In my second bowl, I have a 50 plus a 30. In my third bowl, we have a 7 plus a 2. Very easy. Now, for combining and mixing it, 400 plus 200 is 600. And 50 plus 30 gives us 80. 7 plus 2 gives us 9. And for our wonderful cupcake here in the end, we have 689. I hope that you all understood this, and I hope that you will keep practice and practice and practice every single day, so that when I see you again, you will be very clever and know all of your place values and adding sums. Keep up the hard work at home and enjoy. Goodbye.